As I said yesterday, our government's commitments, laws, and policies need to be more than just words on paper. They need to reach the children that they are really intended to protect. These commitments, laws, and policies did not reach me and are not reaching the children today. As a society, the world has been way too indifferent to this suffering and desperate cries of our children. May these 20 years of endless tears and horrors not be in vain, but rather the result in real change. I implore you that you take a strong stance, a brave stance to boldly set international standards to prevent and bring healing and justice to boys, girls, and adolescents, to set international and due diligence standards, not only for Bolivia and the region, but for the world. For the last 20 years, I have devoted my life to prevention, healing, and justice, and I have worked with thousands of survivors, and I have 11 critical measures for real change. We are not asking something unknown or theoretical. For 18 years, our center in Bolivia has been implementing model consistent with the INSPIRE standards, supported by the World Health Organization, PAHO, UNICEF, the CDC, and the World Bank. In fact, our model has been internationally recognized as an effective implementation of all 7 strategies of the INSPIRE model. We know what works. We have proved what works, and what we need is help to make this change at scale. I hope that this court takes a close look at each of these 11 requests. I will mention my most important request right now. Incest needs to be a crime in itself. By codifying incest as a crime in itself, there will be greater social recognition of the crime. It will no longer be treated as a derivative of another sexual offense. There will be less burden on victims. We will no longer have to prove another separate offense before adding incest as an aggravating circumstance. We give a proper name and legal structure to the suffering of the majority of children who are suffering sexual violence. We create a legal container for their experts and with the means to get help. In public health, we say we cannot prevent what we don't know, and we cannot know what we choose to ignore, deny, or even cover up. You may be aware of all the threatening things that happened yesterday in the life chat. Despite the attempts against my life, the character assassination, the threats against my life, I will not hide my name. I will not hide my face. I will not carry the guilt and shame that belongs to the aggressor, to those who have tried to cover it up, to those who have been indifferent, to those who have looked the other ways, and to those who have been part of the conspiracy of silence. Esteemed judges of this court, may your names and faces be forever remembered as the group of men and women who decided to be bold, who decided to be brave, who decided to effect the change to end the horrors that affected my mom's generation, my generation, my children's generation. May today be remembered not only by Bolivia and the region, but by the entire world. May you have the courage to call things by their name, and may your hands not shake as you write an unprecedented decision. And please remember that my case is not just my case. My case is the case of innumerable children who are at this moment, as I speak, suffering this horrific crime. Those children who cry themselves at night, like I did.
Perdón,
Those children who you never hear their names or see their faces.